Hey YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today we're going to be discussing what you need to start your Amazon or eBay business. And we're going to be talking about the fundamentals, like the real, like what I gotta have to start this business. Okay, so obviously, jumping right into it, the first thing that you have to have is boxes. I've done a lot of videos where I talk about getting free boxes. You can go out on recycling day and find stacks of Amazon boxes that people have gotten and just piled up for recycling day. And you just really, I load my truck full. Other places is anywhere you go. You can get them at grocery stores, you can get them at department stores. Creating a relationship with a manager and saying, hey, can I have some of your bubble wrap, your filler, your boxes? And they'll say, okay, come by, Wednesday mornings before noon, because that's when we break everything down. So there's all kinds of ways to get them free. If you want to pay for these, though, just for convenience, just to make sure you have the right size that you want, you can go to Lowe's, you can go to Home Depot, you can get them through Uline, really any place, and you'll pay probably about $1 a box. Along those lines, there's different kind of fillers. Gone are the days of peanuts. Peanuts are totally out. You can't use them at all for Amazon. They're just not a good choice. So I just avoid peanuts altogether. Here I have an example of some bubble wrap that I use. I also use these fillers here, these little Air Plus fillers. These are great if you're shipping books or just trying to fill in the empty spaces of a box that you're sending into Amazon. Those are great. Also, any kind of brown paper can do the same thing. You've seen me use this brown paper. This is painter's paper. I bought it in huge rolls. This is almost gone now because I've been using it quite a bit. But you can use this to cover books. Like if you're just shipping one book out, if you're merchant fulfilled, you can just go ahead and wrap it in this. You don't even have to put it in a box or a more expensive option like a poly bag. You can just wrap it in this, or you can use this as filler. I use it for lots of different things, so I always have a roll. And I buy this from Menards when I'm in Indiana because that's the least expensive that I've seen it. And they call it painter's paper. And I buy rolls of it and keep it here in my office. Bags are cheaper too than boxes are because they weigh less. And if you're doing eBay, of course, we have our whole USPS bags that we could use. With Amazon, we tend to ship UPS. You also have, these types of manila folders. You are shipping something small. My personal favorite, however, are these poly bags. And these are the shipping poly bags. These are gray. I don't know if you can tell that they're gray, but I get them in a lot of different sizes, and they self-seal. I just take off this little tape, and they're sticky, and they just self-seal, which is awesome because if it's a really small item, I just, seal it this way. So my shipping dimensions are as small as it can be, and it weighs very little. So your weight on your shipping is also as great as it can be. So I love these. I buy them in bulk, and most of the time I find the best prices at Walmart and Amazon. But I do have some luck with Uline. I just price compare and see who has the better price. Okay, now these are the clear poly bags, and these have to have choking hazard labels on them if they are of a certain dimension. And Amazon is very specific about that and has a help page that you can look under help documents and read all about it. But you can either buy the sticker and put it on a blank poly bag, or you can buy the poly bags that are pre-printed with it, which is what I choose to do. And I also get these in various sizes, and this is my favorite size because I tend to have, I guess, bigger items. I don't know, but I use those. Now to seal the poly bags and to seal the box, of course, you have to have tape. This is the box taper. You know, this is the heavy duty industrial one that you can use just to kind of make it easier to tape up your boxes. It's not my favorite. I don't really like this. We don't get along well. I don't know. I prefer this. And so that's what I use most all the time. One thing I got to tell you is, see this brand? This is like a Scotch industrial strength, long lasting packing tape. This is heavy duty tape. I have tried the cheap versions, and you are probably going to try this too, and don't you do it. Don't do it. Seriously, I don't know what this is, but it's so shouldn't be tape. It literally doesn't even tape. It just kind of falls off. This is the Duck brand, the cheap Duck brand. I have rolls of them that I won't even use. You also need a pair of scissors, obviously, but I'm telling you everything, so here you have it. Scissors are used all the time in this business, so you need to have a good pair. I also get the Sharpies, and I get the thick wide ones. I like these because all barcodes have to be marked off on your Amazon boxes. You can't have any codes, okay, like this one. So you have to mark off part of the barcode. You don't have to do it for the whole thing, but you do have to mark off the barcode so that it can't be scanned. And you can do this with an extra sticker that you have, or you can do it with the marker. So I always have a marker available. I also keep a magic eraser. You wet these and it helps get off the sticky residue from any kind of stickers. So if you're taking off a sticker off of your book with your Scotty Pillar, these come in different types and different variations. They save your fingernails, not that I have any, but they help get the stickers off, and then you can get the remaining residue off with your magic eraser. This is also great to take off like random marks. If you have a book and it's got a random, you know, red mark on it, you can just take it off here with your magic eraser. Okay, that brings me to my Goo Gun, which is the liquid that has a little scraper at the end, and you use it to get the stickers off, but I can't find it. Do you have my Goo Gun?
What's that?
Hey boys, Riley, did you take my Goo Gun?
No.
Seriously, where can it be? Okay, so never found the Goo Gun, but here's a picture of it. Here's examples of what you can use. The undo sticker removal right here, and Goo Gun. You know, these are all kind of the same type of product that helps get those labels off. Another thing that I couldn't find, charger for my cell phone. And this is the portable charger that I also couldn't find that I use for my phone. There's a bunch of different kinds out there. I did a video that I'm going to link down below on an inexpensive version that I bought at Walmart. If you're interested, and that has worked totally fine for me. But you can get, you know, ones that are really expensive that charge very rapidly, and you can use a couple of times. And then there's ones, you know, that you could just buy for a quick juice up of the power of your phone. But you do need something like that, especially when they're so inexpensive, to keep in your purse or in your car or wherever, that you can charge your phone in a pinch, because I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, low battery already. And if I didn't have one of these, I would have been in a bind. Because I learned right away that if you were doing a book sale, or you're just gonna have a long scanning day or a long garage sale day, you need a secondary battery for your phone. So now they make cases that have like a battery in them, so you could do that option. Another must-have is the tape measure. You have to measure the dimensions of your box to enter it into Amazon. So you have to have a tape to do that. Also, just like measuring clothes, if you're listing products like clothes or anything, you want to be able to put the dimensions on it. So I have 4 of them. Speaking of phones, you need to have some type of smartphone. I would say one of the first things you must have is a smartphone with a scanning app. That way you can make good choices when you're picking products. And without it, you might make a lot of mistakes. So down here on my phone, I have the eBay free app, and I also have the Amazon free app that you can scan with. I keep those on my phone all the time. I also have Profit Bandit, and now I'm moving into Inventory Lab and Scoutify. So that is where I am at with my scanning apps, and I use the iPhone 6 Plus for my smartphone. And this is the Scan Fob 2006, and what this does is it's a wireless scanner, and when I'm at a book sale or I'm wanting to scan really rapidly into my app on my phone, I can use this and it saves so much time. So this isn't a must-have, but I love it. And I can, whoa, kill myself with it. I can put it on my little belt buckle. I can have it in the palm of my hand. Nobody even really can, has to see it if I don't want them to. And I can just sit there and scan and let my app tell me which thing fits the parameters that I have set, which products I will want to go ahead and purchase. So I do like that, but it's not a must-have. All right, now we're going to be talking about printers and all that comes with that. So with printers, you have to have printing paper. Now with the printers, depending on what kind you use, you're going to have printing labels. These are the free UPS printing labels, and this one has 4 squares that are stickers, as you can see here. You can get it where they're 2 squares. You can get these free at ups.com, and you have to create an account and sign up to get these. And so I use the free labels from UPS for the outside of the shipping boxes when I'm shipping to Amazon or eBay or anywhere else. Now we have the Avery 30 out stickers, and there's 30 of these, and they peel off. And this is what I use for the FNSKUs for Amazon on the back of every product that you send in to Amazon. If I don't use the whole sheet, then I will use the extra ones to cover up those barcodes on the boxes that I told you about. And they're also good to use if you have like a price tag that you can't get off with the Scotty Pillar. Maybe it's printed on the book cover itself. I will use 1 or even 2 of these to cover up anything that I'm not really wanting the customer to see. If I have a library book, I've listed in the description that that's a library book with all the normal library book markings, but I will cover up some of the markings that, it just looks messy. I will clean it up with some blank Avery labels. So you have a Dymo printer, and I'm going to show you my printers here in a second. Of course, you need to have extra labels for your Dymo printer. This one is 1 inch by 2 1/8 inch, and that is what I use for my Dymo. I always keep extra printer ink cartridges here with me because nothing sucks more than having your whole book, your whole Amazon box ready to go and you run out of printer ink. And this is furniture wrap, and you can get clear. This looks green, but it wraps clear. And I have it in the small roll, and I also have it in the ginormous roll. And if you do not have it in your budget to do a self-sealer machine, this is a great inexpensive option. You can buy this at any place like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, pretty inexpensive, and you can wrap your products and it gives it a more polished, more new, more clean look for very minimal. I have gotten away from this though because it does have a tendency, if you have a bunch of items in there with this, it has a tendency to stick to each other. So I'm getting tired of that. And so I'm now at a point where, investing in a sealer is the better option. But if you're just starting, this is a great option to make things look sealed and more professional. If you're doing clothes, I get this little lint brush and make sure that the clothes don't have any lint, don't have any holes. When you're kind of looking through your clothing item, this is a great thing to have with you. If you mail things that are electronics or glass, I will use a fragile sticker for those boxes, and I will put this like all over the box in hopes that that will help with the shipping, because shipping fragile items is difficult. You have to wrap it really well, put fragile things all over it, and then still get insurance, and then keep your fingers crossed and hope that it makes it, because this stuff gets beat up. Now I'm going to show you my printers. This is my Canon, and I don't use this a lot for Amazon and eBay, but I'm going to show you anyway because I like having a printer where I can copy papers. So if I have a packing slip or something like that, then I can put it on there and copy it. This, my friends, is my favorite. Sure, they have newer models now because I've had this one for a while, but this is my beast. I totally love this printer, and it prints only in black and white. And with Amazon, they don't want you to have an inkjet because the ink runs and can fade. So this doesn't do that. This is a laser printer. It works on a single cartridge in the front, and that cartridge, if you get the extended life one, it lasted me, I think, almost a year. And that is great with the Avery labels. This is less than $100 if you purchase it on sale, and is all that you need. So if you only have a limited budget, if you only purchase one thing, this would be my vote. I love my brother. But now we're going to talk about this little doohickey. This is the Dymo. And I love the Dymo, but for a different reason, because the Dymo is really, really good to take with me. You can see how small it is, and I can fit this in my backpack, and which I do because I travel a lot, and I ship on the road. I put boxes together and ship out, when I have when I'm traveling. So this works really well. You put your paper in here and I can just take it. Another thing I like about this is that I can print one label at a time. I don't have to print a whole sheet like I do in the Brother. So this is like really cool for that reason. And this really the only reason I use it is because it's color. So if I do need something to print in color, or if I do need to use something that I'm just scanning and have a copy of. These are my office printers. Now we have our scale. You can even use a bathroom scale if you are on low budget. But if you're choosing a scale for the first time, you want it to be greater than 50 pounds. Remember, you cannot send a box that's over 50 pounds to Amazon without incurring extra fees and without listing it, as a two-person carry. So you want to make sure to follow the requirements on that. I also like the printers that have the wire that comes out of them and has a little tiny screen that gives you the visual of the weight. Not all compact like this one. Of course, you want it to be on a flat surface. You want to make sure that it's on, all zeros before you weigh, because you want your weight and dimensions to be correct. See, that wasn't so bad, and you thought it was gonna be hard. There's really not a lot that you need. That is one thing that is super great about this business, is it doesn't cost a lot to start it up. I started on $200. So it just goes to show you that most of what I have, you can find a way to get for free. You can find a way to make it work. And then as you grow, you can grow with the most necessary items, the most necessary products for you and for your eBay or Amazon business. So I hope this helps, guys. If it did, please go ahead and thumbs up down below because that helps me. Leave a comment if I've forgotten something. Bye, guys.